But like Brian says in the chat, a great couple of days. Let's keep it going. What's up, everybody? Welcome in to the Early Edge, your daily sports betting brand of record. We are powered, as always, by the almighty SportsLine, the best value in all sports betting. And it's not close. And I got to tell you, we say it all the time, hashtag it pays to watch live. Well, guess what? Right here off the top, we're doing something different. I'm giving you a pick right here and right now. I told you we would do our very best to give you a Wimbledon pick, but Wimbledon is all day. There's a very special match that starts at the bottom of the hour, 10:30 a.m. Eastern time. So we're going to go with this. Francisco Cerundolo, money line, -115 over Yuri Laheka. If you're a SportsLine member, you already had this play. They're updating as we go. If you're not, come on. Become a part of the party. Now, he got very lucky. His opponent in the first round had to bow out due to injury. So he didn't have a really hard first match. You want all the explanation, go to SportsLine. But that's our first play of the day. You're welcome. Now, as per the usual, the morning show propping up the brand yesterday as Martin W. Green cashed his Spain under 21 in all of 17 minutes. Not bad. The counselor, well, that game was postponed. AMAG solid in that first game of the day with Houston. Just a really good morning show. Now, today, we're taking over CBS Sports HQ again, daily. And I could not be more excited. Me and the Maestro on together today at 1:30 p.m. Eastern time. And then tonight, how about a little live betting for you? There are 14 games today. 10 of them are after 6:30 p.m. Eastern time. Very rare for a Thursday, so we'll have plenty to talk about tonight on SportsLine at 8 p.m. with our five-tool player and our resident genius. Now, can the morning show prop up the brand again? Oh, I absolutely think so. Let's bring in the stars of the show. You know them. You love them. The ice cream. Oh, wait, no. NHL is over, so we got to go back to Alabama's here this morning. Danny Brasco's here. And the counselor from just outside, his parts unknown as well. Somewhere Proppy is very in his feelings right now. All right, we've got a lot to get to and not a lot of time to do it. So let's jump right in. Marquee matchups today. I mentioned, ladies and gentlemen, how busy of a day on the diamond it is with the All-Star break looming. So here's what we've got. We're going to go fade or follow this morning. I'm going to change it up just a little bit. The Orioles, very slight favorites in Yankee Stadium. Arizona Diamondbacks, -130. How about the Mets come back late night, scoring 2 in the ninth to take the victory? Will that happen today? And then the Rangers. That is Sia's favorite team. The Rangers, -140 in Boston. Red Sox 4-2 winners last night over the Rangers. So, Counselor, let's start with you. Who are we fading or following today?
Well, I do like the Rangers in general, but I'm going to go with the Diamondbacks here. I'm actually surprised this line is -130. D-backs at home. Ryan Nelson, who's by no means a great pitcher, but has been pitching pretty well as of late. He's gone 7 innings or more over his last 2 starts, and that's against San Francisco and the LA Angels. So pretty decent teams, pretty decent bats, and he's not only gone 7 or more, but he's only allowed 3 hits in each of those games and 1 earned run. So I think Ryan Nelson against Carrasco, who's sporting a 5.94 ERA, and is really all of the 5.94 in my opinion. I think the D-backs win this one. And maybe I want to see how this line kind of bounces around, because this game isn't until 9:40 Eastern Standard Time. But maybe later today we'll have a first 5 play on this game. Maybe.
Quite the tease. The man is coming to a world all to his own. He's teasing his own plays later on the show. Here we go. All right, Allie. You got very much a glow over you.
I know, the light just came in randomly. So
I like it. I like it. Very
energy.
Heavenly this morning.
Yeah,
All right. Who are you fading or following this morning, my dear?
I think I'm going to have to follow and go with the Orioles here. I mean, just looking at pitching matchup, Luis Severino, he really hasn't been that good. It's a little bit inconsistent. I mean, the same thing could be said about Kyle Bradish, but I just think in overall terms of play, the Orioles have been playing a little bit better, and I would like to see them get a win today against the Yankees.
All right, so we got to go Orioles, little Diamondbacks. I'm digging that look. I am digging that look. All right, Danny Brasco, talk to me.
Yeah, good energy on the pick there for Allie, probably bringing in the winning vibes there. And it's hard. I mean, I agree with her. Severino's been hard to trust. I'm actually going to make it, we'll go all around the board here. And I kind of lean towards the Red Sox in this one, +115. Cutter Crawford is pitching for them. He's actually had a pretty good cutter going for his namesake. And I just feel like the line is a little wide on there. They beat the Rangers last night. I know Evaldi's going for the Rangers, but I think it's closer to a pick 'em. I see bets coming in on the Rangers, but money coming in on the Red Sox early on. So kind of lean towards the dogs there. I'll go against the Rangers.
All right, so Red Sox. We're fading the Rangers today. That's what you can do with fade or follow. You can go in any direction. All right, so really good picks there as we just get things started. You guys are already talking in the chat. Go ahead and hit that like button for me. It really helps the show grow, and we'd certainly appreciate it. You can just take the chat down, hit that like button, put it right back up. Some of you are asking about that daily pick from a fan. I talked about it yesterday. We are holding off on that right now. We're going to make it official. It's going to be a social media thing. We're going to do it every single day. Everybody will be able to participate, and we're going to do it after all the vacations and all the summer stuff is over into August and into the football season. So just hang tight for that. All right, I told you we're everywhere today, but if you have not downloaded the CBS Sports app, this is what you are missing.
Get breaking news,
big news coming out of the NFL today.
highlights, and instant reactions.
The largest final round comeback in tour championship history. We're down to the final four.
I just want to take time to analyze greatness.
Talk winners and losers with a guy who's already a big winner.
CBS Sports HQ. It's all sports all day long.
Jay in the chat says, what's up, Early Edge crew? Just came in, but man, oh man, if you have Money Mags on Twitter, you made some cash yesterday. I tell you all the time, follow my crew on the social media, the Twitter. We're giving out picks everywhere. You just never know, but you got to turn on your notifications. All right, now, our favorite game here at the Early Edge, pick the prop. I can't imagine what this is going to be like in the NFL season. I cannot wait. Council, we're going to start with you. Peter Alonso just announced he will participate next week in the Home Run Derby. Lane Thomas, a new person to the board, plus 325. And Brandon Lowe down there in Tampa, plus 350. Who do you like to go the yard today?
By the way, speaking of the NFL, we are a mere 63 days away from NFL kickoff, which for the record means that we are 51 days away from college football kickoff. And Coach, you know as well as anybody, we're going to have a lot of content coming out with both of those, college football and NFL, starting pretty darn soon. In fact, some of it's already been out there. But this is an interesting home run prop because this is the first day where I'm just not in love with any of the guys. So I want to exercise a little bit of caution here. But when I looked and I re-looked and I looked again, I did find something that's at least kind of fun. And it's with respect to Brandon Lowe at plus 350. I mean, the number's kind of fun because it's greater than Alonso's and Lane Thomas's. And he's going up against Christopher Sanchez. I don't think it's a horrific matchup, but more importantly, and I apologize for giving perhaps a bucket style analysis here, but guess who was born on July 6, 1994? None other than Brandon Lowe. I don't like these home run numbers, but I am willing to go with the birthday narrative. And we've got Brandon Lowe's birthday today. Let's go.
Wow. Look at the next level capping from the counselor. You knew it was his birthday today? Wow. All right. So we got one for Brandon Lowe, the birthday boy. Allie, where are we going?
I'm not sure I can compete with Sia's little good analysis right there, but I think, like you said, I mean, really, I'm not loving any of these, but if I had to go somewhere, now that I know it's Brandon Lowe's birthday, I might go over there, but Lane Thomas, I think I would kind of look at him just due to the fact that he's been on a decent little hit streak here. Let's see, what is that? He's gotten his 11 straight games. So I would think, none of those have been home run, or not a lot of those have been home runs, but I would just kind of like, he's hitting, you might as well see him go far.
Yeah, I mean, when somebody's hot, usually they'll sprinkle in some home runs here and there. Maybe a base prop, maybe an over 1.5 with Lane Thomas today.
I like
Something
that.
to look at. She likes that. All right, Brasco, where are we going?
Yeah, I'm also a big fan of that over 1.5 total bases for Lane Thomas. And if I'm picking anyone on this board, it's him to go the yard today, as Buckets would say. I hope the birthday angle can pan out for Sia because I took Shohei Ohtani on his B-Day last night. He went a fat 0 for 4. So I'm hoping you get the birthday juju going for Brandon Lowe. But I like Lane Thomas because simply put, he mashes lefties, batting .385. 8 doubles, a triple, 7 homers against him. Really good OPS. So Brandon Williamson going for the Reds, not a very high-level lefty. I think Thomas has good a chance as any to go the yard today.
All right. People can't wait for that T-shirt to come out. I actually have a meeting tomorrow with our merch people, and everybody is talking about hashtag the yard T-shirt being one of the first ones to come out. I don't know if it'll be one of the first ones, but it's definitely going to be made. I can promise you that. By the way, precautionary tale. The Angels are my second favorite team behind the Royals. And now that Mike Trout is out 4 to 8 weeks after surgery, he got no pitches to hit last night. and he was just swinging at bad pitches. So be very careful on a home run prop because he has nobody to protect him now, and he has no reason to get any pitches the rest of the year, or at least the next 8 weeks. It really stinks for us, but more importantly for the Angels. All right, it's time to get to our board. Can we have another great day when every other show on the planet is taking time off? We figure out a way to get it done. Here's a word from one of our incredible partners.
You gonna start the engine sometime soon, Erica?
Do you know the odds of all of us being here at this time? It's improbable, yet here we are, together.
Hold on to your saddles.
So we've got some issues in the chat, ladies and gentlemen. Zach says, I want the hashtag almost EC t-shirt. Big Cheesy says, EC merch should be the number one topic of convo in that meeting I have with the merch people tomorrow. Counselor, I will not let the Buckets EC phenomenon run through our merch store. I won't allow it. You're up.
Yeah, this is alarming. The last thing I want is the bad juju when it comes to EC and Buckets shirts. I don't know where that's going to take us, but I'll tell you where I'm going to take us right here, right now. I've got a 3-ball. It's Thursday. We've got a golf tournament going on. It's the John Deere Classic. We did the early wedge at a special time this Tuesday at 12 Eastern. Hopefully everybody caught it. We'll be back at our regular time, of course, 3 o'clock every single Tuesday. Here's the pick. It is none other than EC. Oh my gosh. Eric Cole plus 115 over Taylor Montgomery and Dylan Fratelli. This looks planned, folks, but it is not. Eric Cole is my guy. If you watch the early wedge, you know he's one of my picks to win. He's probably my favorite pick to win. It was plus 3,500. This guy is a flat out scorer. He makes birdies. He's accurate off the tee. All the things you want. And oh, by the way, over his last 24 rounds, he's top 10 in this field with the putter. Taylor Montgomery, also a very good putter. And he's been terrible at everything else, including ball striking on the early wedge. We have faded him day in, day out, tournament in, tournament out. Taylor Montgomery's been a fade. It's cashed for us almost every time. And then Dylan Fratelli, a former winner here, but his game hasn't been anything since that win, quite frankly. It's been a couple years since we've seen Fratelli do anything. So on day one, I like Eric Cole to really be at the top of the leaderboard, at least near the top of the leaderboard at the end of today. And I don't see Taylor Montgomery or Dylan Fratelli anywhere near that.
Lori says, yes, see, his golf picks are gold. I agree. Now, I had to sift through all of the EC merch comments in the chat. Apparently, there's more fans of him than I anticipated. They're like, Cohen heads represent. Hashtag Cohen head. Maybe that should be a t-shirt. Hashtag Cohen heads. Interesting. Something to think about. All right. We're propping up International Fight Week this week. It's a big time week in the UFC in Las Vegas. So Danny Brasco, hold tight real quick. Allie, there are people in the chat that cannot wait for what you're about to deliver. Give me a winner. Let's go.
Yep, so I'm going to go with Cubs first 5 money line, minus 105 here. Just looking at Marcus Stroman, he did end his 7-game win streak in his last 2 starts, but I think he's going to get the Cubs back on track today. Just looking at the surface, he definitely has the advantage over Freddie Peralta, who's 5-7 with a 4.67 ERA, whereas Stroman is 9-6 with a 2.76 ERA. Peralta, he hasn't recorded a win in 7 straight games, and I just don't think that ends today. So I think the Cubs are going to win this series. I know it'll be a little bit of a tougher one, just because Milwaukee's wanting to tie it up, but that's why I'm going to go with that first 5 there, just because really I'm focusing on Stroman, and I'd rather kind of take that advantage and isolate it.
That's a really, really smart way to go about it, especially in such a rivalry game. And this has been an incredible series so far. Teams coming back, Cubs late wins, David Ross going off on the umpires. It's had a little bit of everything. So I like isolating the first 5 because of the starting pitcher. If you're new to baseball betting, listen to what she just said. It's a really smart way to bring the number down perhaps, but also to isolate just one part of the game. All right. Now, as I mentioned, it is International Fight Week. It is a big UFC pay-per-view. When we've got a big UFC pay-per-view, there's only one man that I trust to come on the early edge to just give us these absolute, as they call it in the fighting world, bangers. All right, Danny Brasco, floor is yours.
Coach, you took the intro words right out of my mouth. It's UFC 290, International Fight Week, and this card is lined up with banger after banger from top to bottom. So get jacked up and let's get into some UFC picks. I'm going to fire through a lot. Grab your pen and paper and lock in with me here. We're going to start it off in the main event with Alexander Volkanovski taking on Yair Rodriguez. We're going to use him as a parlay piece. A lot of juice to beat on some of these fights. So we're going to use Volkanovski to defend his featherweight title because simply put, he is the prototypical perfect MMA fighter. Number one rightful pound for pound. I thought he beat Islam Makhachev, and he's got a great test here against Yair Rodriguez, perhaps the best kicker you've ever seen in your life. Beautiful to watch him kickbox, but Volkanovski is just too good everywhere, and he's got the X factors everywhere. Along with how good his boxing and wrestling is, he's got the heart of a lion. He's got toughness and cardio in spades, and I just don't think there's a man in this world other than Islam Makhachev, if the UFC's given it to him, that can take away Volkanovski. So I think he defends his featherweight title. I'm going to parlay him with two guys. Jalen Turner, good matchup, big lightweight in size, tough to deal with that division. Dan Hooker, just too tough of a fight for him, I think, with Turner's frame. I'm going to parlay him with Robert Whittaker as well. The Reaper, Robert Whittaker, forever number one contender. Better than everyone except the champ, Israel Adesanya at the middleweight division. Now, let's let that segue into our next play, which is Robert Whittaker by knockout at plus 135 on FanDuel. Best line there. He's fighting a surging middleweight contender in Dricus du Plessis, who is a brawler, really fun kickboxing style as well. But simply put, if you fight in a brawling style against a sniper, a tactician like Robert Whittaker, you're going to get your lights put out. And I think that's what's going to happen here. Whittaker is too sharp for a guy who fights as reckless as Dricus. If he fights in a war like that, he's getting put away. Then next up, co-main event, another championship on the line, flyweight title. It's Brandon, the assassin baby Moreno, looking to get revenge against Alexandre Pantoja. And I think he does it in a major way. Pantoja's beaten him twice in his career, once on The Ultimate Fighter when he was looking to get in the UFC. Moreno has gotten so much better since then, sharp as ever with the striking after his quadrilogy against Davison Figueiredo. And he's so good everywhere. I think at this point, his game is well-rounded enough to avoid the submissions and grappling of Pantoja and put him away to mark a big stamp on that revenge and a big feather in his cap in his career. And guys, let's close it out with my biggest underdog of the night, Denise Gomez, plus 320. She is a junkyard dog. You're going to give me this line for a scrapper like her. Certainly the less technical striker in this fight, but if she makes it nasty, she makes it ugly, we could cash a 3-1 dog here. So give me Gomes. And there's some big plus money plays for a great UFC 290 card, guys. Good luck.
I will ask you this with all the seriousness in the world, everybody watching at home. Do you want to do the work? I didn't think so. Now, you mentioned the junkyard dog. I got into it last night a little bit on social media with some fans of AEW. I simply answered a question. Will a Saturday night show work? No, it won't work, and it's not working, so stop it. All right. I want a little bonus play. I'm feeling like a little bonus lean. See it. Can you help me out?
I can. This was really an experiment more than anything, Coach. I'm on the road. I'm live from the Louvre, and I wanted to see if the chat was on their toes, and it looks like they are, because there were at least 5 to 10 in the chat that were like, hey, Sia, what about that play you had yesterday? It's the same play today, same pitchers, same teams. It's at 5:10 Eastern Standard Time, making up for yesterday's postponed game, rained out. Well, let's run it back. So everybody in the chat that was talking about that game, I kind of wanted to wait and just feel it out. I wanted to give my golf play out. I do have a lean to the Diamondbacks, but really, I've got 2 plays today. It's the EC play. Yeah, I said that out loud. And it's the Blue Jays first 5 money line minus 120. The one hesitation I just want to throw out there is some money did come in last night before that opening pitch was supposed to happen. And even this morning, so we had it was first 5 White Sox was plus 100. Now it's minus 110, but we're still getting Blue Jays around the same number at minus 120. It was minus 122, if you recall, when I gave it out. I like Berrios in this spot. So that's the bonus play. It's yesterday's play. Good job on the chat leaning into that. That is a play I absolutely want to run back.
It's almost as if he could host the show if we needed him to. Amazing. Absolutely amazing. Well done by See It. Now, what did you get today? What did we all learn, kids? We learned that if you tune in at the top of the show, you might get a pick. We did that. If you stay till the end of the show, you might get a bonus pick. We did that. We know the merch we're not going to make for EC. We did that. So I think we checked all the boxes. So with all that being said, grab your paper. Allie goes, yep. Here's your pencil. The counselor is now on 2 plays. How about a little first 5? See it showing up into the show. Blue Jays, first 5 money line minus 120. Then a 3-ball John Deere Classic. He had a week off last week for the first time in 13 weeks. He's fresh. He'll be ready to go. Eric Cole, plus 115 over Taylor Montgomery and Dylan Fratelli. Then Alabama's on the Cubs' first 5 money line, minus 105, trying to focus just on those starting pitchers today. Then this match starts tentatively in 9 minutes. Fisco Cerandulo, money line, minus 115. All the reasons are at SportsLine. You can get them there. And then Danny Brasco, we got 4 big plays, 3 straight, then a parlay. Robert Whitaker by KO. That's how you bring the number down. Brandon Moreno, this guy is so much fun to watch fight. If you've never seen him, tune in just for him to do it by KO, TKO, or sub at plus 215. Please. Gomes, money line, plus 320. And then let's put 3 names together. Only in MMA do I endorse parlays. Let me say that again. Only in MMA do I endorse parlays. Volkanovski, a beast. Robert Whitaker, Jalen Turner, put all 3 of those together. You get a nice little plus 120. Do not forget, we have Early Edge in 5 every single weekday later today at 4 p.m. Eastern time with so many night baseball games. Boy, it's going to be a banger of a show. And don't forget me, Maestro, Mim Squared, and AB will be on CBS Sports HQ all day today. All right. So with all that being said, damn, I feel good today on a Thursday, middle of July. Oh, there's only one thing left to do, and I believe you all know what that is. You've got your marching orders. Let's take all of these tickets straight to the pay window. From my entire crew, Lobo, Allie, Danny Brasco, the counselor from the Louvre, and the snake on the fly, doing all the hard work behind the scenes, making the show look like $1,000,000. Can't do it without him. I'm simply the coach, trying to keep this train on said track. We grind for you so we can win with you. It's what we're all about right here at the Early Edge. Good luck.